on the topic of fingerings regarding high F sharp fingering and correct finger position. Anonymous posted, "What's the correct fingering for high F sharp?" My response is, good question. My answer is under the assumption that you have a high F sharp key. I always recommend to my students that they use their right hand middle finger to depress the high F sharp key. To complete the fingering, you must also depress the octave key, all three palm keys, and the right hand high E key along with the F sharp. So your right hand fingering position for high F sharp actually should look like that. Bring the middle finger back to the F sharp key, not bringing the whole hand. You want to leave the rest of the hand in good natural fingering position. So if we're reaching back to the F sharp key, don't bring the other fingers with it. Why the right hand middle finger? What if you somehow had to come from a high F sharp down to a middle F? I recently had to do this in a fast 16th note passage on a new contemporary saxophone concerto. If you're using your right hand ring finger, third finger, your hand position is way out of line to pull this interval off. At least if you're using your right hand middle finger, you have a fighting chance to get down to that wide interval. Also, when you curl the right hand middle finger back to get the F sharp key, try not to let your right hand ring and pinky fingers go with it. This brings up another good point. Correct finger position for the palm keys. Everyone has different size hands, but we all should hit the palm keys in pretty much the same place. For high D, the key should hit the joint of the left hand index finger down by the intersection of your lifelines of your palm key. That's for the D key, right around there. For E flat, the key should hit the second joint from the top of your left hand index finger, like so, right around in that joint. Same finger, index finger. For the F palm key, the key should hit the second joint of your left hand middle finger, right about there. Okay? Make sure that you always keep your fingers curled. Don't flatten them out and don't flail around. Just nice and curled in a natural position. This statement applies to your right hand fingers also. Always try to stay as close to the pearls as possible. As I've mentioned before, a good exercise is to put double adhesive tape on the pearls and just play scales. So your fingers are actually stuck to the pearls, and just play the instrument, because they should really stay as close to the pearls as possible. Also, when going for the front F key, you don't want to overshoot the key like that. Don't feel that you have to reach for it. Just naturally depress the key with as little motion as possible, like so. Don't go grabbing for it. Keep it right there. And when opening up the right hand high E key for your palm fingerings of high E and high F, this key should hit in between the second and third joint of your right hand index finger, somewhere right in here. If you own a Series 3 alto like this one, you'll notice the improvement of the positioning of this key. You can see that it's angled up, and it's actually further down the instrument than a lot of other models. So it just naturally places you like that instead of having to really grab for it. But just try to naturally go for it. Once again, keeping all your other fingers curled naturally. Don't bring them along with it. Just natural positioning like that.